Honorable Member Zulfikar Mustafa, our Honorable Minister of Public Service, Efficiency and Implementation.
Thank you, Mr.
You have the
Speaker.
floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my colleagues on this side of the House, honorable members on the other side of the House, and all Guyanese living in every region of our country and in the diaspora. I stand today on behalf of the Ministry of Public Service, Government Efficiency and Implementation to give support to Budget 2026, presented under the theme, Putting People First. I begin by expressing our gratitude and appreciation to the Honorable Member Dr. Ashley Singh and the immensely hard-working staff of the Ministry of Finance for the countless hours poured into crafting the single largest budget ever presented to this House. I would also like to thank the staff of my ministry and all public servants who have contributed to the preparation of this $1.558 trillion budget. Mr. Speaker, this budget is built on the foundation of strong economic growth, with focus on the growth and development for all Guyanese, from the farmers to the miners, shopkeepers, and the stay-at-home moms and dads. This budget represents inclusivity and diversity across all sectors and demographics throughout our dear land. Mr. Speaker, through prudent fiscal management, sound policy making, and distinguished leadership from His Excellency, our President, Dr. Modernizing Ally, this government has translated unprecedented levels of economic growth into opportunities for personal upliftment, created at a pace never before seen in the history of our country. Mr. Speaker, it is therefore appropriate that Budget 2026 carry the theme, Putting People First. Since resuming office in 2020, Mr. Speaker, each budgetary measure and manifesto promise has been crafted with the explicit goal of ensuring that not only are the basic needs of every Guyanese met, but that the opportunities for long-term wealth creation and financial security are attained. As a country, we have faced many difficulties since independence. We went through periods of rigged elections, a bankrupt economy left by the PNC, long lines and absence of basic foods, and the invisible enemy of the COVID-19 pandemic. But our people are resilient, Mr. Speaker, built with determination, and together with the PPPC at the helm of government, we have fought all of those difficulties together. This 2026 budget represents the continuous rebuilding of our economy after the hopelessness that characterized the 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐆𝐄 government during 2015 to 2020. Mr. Speaker, the honorable members sitting representing the Win Party in this honorable House are not absolved of their role in this tragic period of government under the PNC. Many of them were active members of not only the 𝐁𝐶𝐃 government, but represented and defended in this honorable House budgets that had nothing for the people of Guyana, other than raising taxes and dismissing 7,500 sugar workers, 2,000 CSOs within our hinterland areas, and hundreds of public sector employees. Over the last 5 budgets of the PPPC government, we have reversed all the draconian taxes implemented under the 𝐁𝐶𝐃 government, benefiting thousands of Guyanese. We have strengthened our bilateral and multilateral relationships with our international partners after the 𝐁𝐶𝐃 locked them out of Guyana on the pretext of COVID, while trying to subvert the true will of the people in 2020. Mr. Speaker, this budget was done with the people of our beautiful country in mind. And our government has nothing but love and care for the people who elected us to serve. We will never back down from serving the people. We will defend the things that will make their lives easier and bring dignity and respectability to every hardworking citizen of this nation. And they are hardworking citizens, Mr. Speaker. Not only our brothers and sisters hardworking, they are very smart and attuned to the things we say in this house, the actions we take outside of it, and they can see where there is genuine interest in their development. It is for these reasons, Mr. Speaker, that the people of Guyana re-elected the People's Progressive Party with a greater majority in this parliament. Their message is clear, a message I believe that is lost on that side of the House. That message, Mr. Speaker, is for the People's Progressive Party to continue governing and carrying out our manifesto promises unimpeded, and to ignore all the obstacles and the whimsical opposition towards every initiative of this government. Mr. Speaker, I do not envy the honorable members sitting in the combined opposition. They have to come here in this honorable house to try and criticize a budget that they themselves do not understand. And it was evident over the past couple of days, Mr. Speaker. I saw on Facebook, Mr. Speaker, the joy and enlightenment when the honorable opposition leader proceeded to tell us how he can use the monies allocated under the office of the president, having seen the budget book for the first time in his life. Mr. Speaker,
50 million for
I would not be surprised if this was his first look at the estimates. With this explanation, Mr. Speaker, I'm afraid we are in for some long days and nights come next week when we go through the estimates. While I have some sympathies for members such as the Honorable Member Harbhajan, who took to his social media to protest, having just 1 week to go through the budget speech and estimates, I suspect many of them are now realizing what real work is. Mr. Speaker, the people of Guyana, however, have no sympathies for anyone that they elect that cannot read a budget book and cannot formulate any policies or programs on their behalf. Mr. Speaker, over the last 2 days and briefly this morning, what we and the people of Guyana heard from the presentations of the honorable members of the combined opposition were representations that were devoid of any ideas on how we can address, improve, and better the lives of all Guyanese. Representations that were devoid of any solution to everyday issues. And representatives who are devoid of a real understanding of how a country is governed. Mr. Speaker, we were, however, regaled with the opinions rather than the facts, the stories instead of the realities that confront us, fairy tale issues rather than solutions. Mr. Speaker, in contrast, the honorable members on this side of the House stood one after the other and spoke of the initiatives they have implemented, what they will continue to do, and the new programs they will be implementing from this year. That, Mr. Speaker, is leadership.
That's right.
That is a party and a government who cares for our people, and that, Mr. Speaker, is how you put the people first. Even when the PPPC was in opposition, Mr. Speaker, we always came to this honorable House with practical solutions aligned with the best interests of our Guyanese brothers and sisters at heart. We told them not to close the sugar estates. We told them to do the study and carry out its findings. The honorable member at that time, who is now our president, presented to the opposition the effects that closing those sugar estates would have on our sugar workers and their families. We told them what it would do to the village economies and the economy in general. Even then, they did not listen. Apart from the fact that at best, Mr. Speaker, at best, their tenure in office was considered to be abysmal.
You're being very kind.
Mr. Speaker, the members of the APNU-WIN opposition got up and boasted. They have boasted in this parliament how they cannot support the budget. The Honorable Coretta MacDonald spoke boastfully and confidently how she cannot support the budget. Well, Mr. Speaker, we knew already they were coming here to do just that. Disappointed, but not surprised. But I would like to ask all of the honorable members, through you, Mr. Speaker, in the APNU in opposition, go now in the communities across Guyana and look our citizens in the eyes and tell them, tell the 206,000 students and their hard-working parents that you do not support the 60,000 because we care cash grant. Tell them that your vision is to do what you did the last time. Take away it. Take away it from them. Go to the communities and look at the 14,000 parents in their eyes and tell them you do not support the People's Progressive Party government paying for their kids to write 8 subjects at 𝐂𝐔𝐃 and 𝐃𝐄𝐁, and free tertiary education being offered by this PPPC government, because that is in the budget.
And you're giving them boots and buses then.
Look the pensioners in their eyes and tell them you will take back their water and electricity subsidies like you have done in 2015. That is in this budget again. Look into the eyes of our young entrepreneurs, our women and persons living with disability, and you tell them that you did not support the creation of the Guyana Development Bank and the injection of $100 million that will provide them with interest-free loans to start or expand their small business. Interest-free loans, Mr. Speaker. Boast to the thousands of people that we have budgeted $7.5 billion to support the upgrades to their homes under the housing subsidy program. Go and boast to them that you did not support that in this house, at this budget. While you are at it, while you're going in the communities and boasting, remind them that the green and white paper that the combined opposition did was to encourage the private sector to diversify into cook-up and plantain-ship business. Remind them that, because that is what you did. Mr. Speaker, over the last few days, we have heard from the honorable members, Jordan and Solomon, quoted extensively from reports. Mr. Speaker, let us examine reports that the honorable members failed to quote. The 2024 Labor Force Survey published by the Bureau of Statistics reported overall employment fell from 12.8% in 2020 to 6.4% in 2024. Female unemployment dropped from 14.4% in 2020 that we inherited to 9% in 2024. Youth employment, Mr. Speaker, youth employment dropped from 13.2% to 12.1%. 12.1%. Mr. Speaker, between 2020 to 2024, more than 104,000 Guyanese became employed. 104,000 Guyanese became employed. Mr. Speaker, let's turn to the international reports. Let's turn to the international reports. The 2025 IMF Article 4 report stated that Guyana's economic transformation is advancing strongly and broadening in scale, and that large-scale public infrastructure investment supported the highest real GDP growth rate in the world. In the world. In the world. Go and quote that. Go pick up last year's report. The honorable member, Mr. Speaker, Dr. Barker, stated that the budget does not provide laptops to teachers and learners. Mr. Speaker, in 2025, 153 laptops were distributed to teachers and 147 smart boards to various schools. Moreover, 3,130 laptops were distributed across schools in Guyana by this PPPC government. The honorable member, Mr. Speaker, I'm still on Dr. Barker, the honorable member, a recipient of 2 gold scholarships, also stated in this honorable house that gold is a symbol of poor planning, weak oversight, and uncertainty. Mr. Speaker, gold is anything but. The Guyana Online Academy of Learning currently has over 54,000 scholarships that are awarded, including him. far exceeding the initial promise of 20,000, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the honorable member currently occupies 2 of those scholarships that could have gone to a more appreciative Guyanese. The Honorable Coretta MacDonald stated, one cannot speak of digital transformation in schools when traditional environments are not met. Mr. Speaker, traditional rehabilitation can exist alongside digital solutions to enhance schooling for all of our children. This is why over the last 5 years, this PPPC government has established smart classrooms in over 25 secondary and primary schools. The Honorable Member Dion LaCruz spoke about inadequate LCDS support for our hinterland communities. Mr. Speaker, this PPPC government has channeled more than $14.4 billion into Amerindian villages since 2023, of which $4.8 billion was disbursed in 2025. Mr. Speaker, you would recall that the coalition failed to establish a new Norway agreement because of their poor performance and consequently failed to earn a single cent of revenue for environmental services, meaning that no Amerindian community benefited from the initiative whose groundwork was laid by the PPPC government. When they say they don't have oil money, they couldn't even raise LCDS money. That is how incompetent they were. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Member Saiku Andrew criticized this government because we care cash grant and dared to compare it to the coalition 5Bs program. 5Bs program. This program, Mr. Speaker, let's talk about the program, Mr. Speaker. This program resulted in a whopping 30 buses. 30 buses. 12 votes. 30 buses, 12 votes. And 5,000 bicycles for all the children in all of our country. Mr. Speaker, the Public Accounts Committee in 2017 noted that there were several schools that did not benefit from their version of the school feeding program. Mr. Speaker, upon resuming office in 2020, it was reported that 50% of the infamous David G buses, not the government of Guyana bus, the David G bus, were not operational and were in desperate need of repair. In fact, it was estimated that it will cost roughly $35 million just to fix one of them. In contrast, this government resumed office, restarted the Because We Care grant, and incrementally increased it to $60,000, which, coupled with the uniform voucher allowance of $5,000 and the new annual transportation grant of $20,000, will aggregate to a transfer of $85,000 per child, benefiting over 206,000 children in 2026. This government's Because We Care cash grant is universal, Mr. Speaker. Universal across all regions and all schools in our country. Mr. Speaker, our government recognizes the need for an upgrade and modernization of our state institution. Perhaps the most critical element in the second term of our administration's tenure is our focus on delivering quality, citizen-centered services. Mr. Speaker, it is precisely because of this identified need and the aggressive push for a modernized, responsive, and technology-driven public sector that our President, His Excellency, has expanded the mandate of the Ministry of Public Service to include government efficiency and implementation. I'm sorry the Honorable Member, Ms. Singh, is not here to learn about the ministry. This expanded responsibility reflects a clear understanding that development is tied to the government's ability to execute effectively and deliver results. Mr. Speaker, our government aims to modernize the public service through rigorous digitization and institutionalized monitoring and evaluation across all areas of government. This ministry now stands at the center of government's transformation agenda. Mr. Speaker, this ministry is about whether government delivers, whether public funds translate into desired outcomes, and most importantly, whether the Guyanese people experience a public service that works. My ministry's role is to ensure that every program announced, every dollar allocated, and every promise made is translated into faster services, better systems, and real benefits for the citizens across all 10 regions of Guyana. Mr. Speaker, government is working to make its services more easily accessible to the citizens of Guyana through the launching of digital platforms and online portals, as well as the establishment of more integrated service centers. Mr. Speaker, the APNU AFC government spoke of building a bold digital nation in their 2015 manifesto. After 5 years in government, they accomplished nothing. They did not decentralize government. They did not simplify access. They did not leverage technology in any meaningful way. Mr. Speaker, let me tell you what the PPPC administration has done within the last 5 years. Mr. Speaker, we recognize that the wave of digital transformation is no longer optional. It is essential. That is why over the last 5 years, we have embraced as a government the digitization and modernization of government services. Mr. Speaker, let's look at the implementation of the National Electronic Health Record System done under the PPPC government. The launch of the Guyana Digital School under the PPPC government. The introduction of the Education Management Information System to improve the management and accountability in public schools. The installation of e-gates at the CGIA. The introduction of an e-passport issuance system. CHMPA single window. And the introduction of e-litigation platform for the High Court. All done under this PPPC administration. Mr. Speaker, we have been steadily laying the foundation for a modern, technology-enabled public sector, including moving with urgency to anchor Guyana as a regional digital hub. We have signed a memorandum of understanding for a large-scale AI data center. That is the strategic investment. It is about laying the foundation to host regional digital services. We want to use this data center as a catalyst to build out a robust fintech industry, inclusive of startup businesses, incubators, and research centers. I know it's a little bit over your head, but you'll get to it sometime. The provision of all services mentioned, Mr. Speaker, prior have seen an increase in the efficiency, reduced wait times, and faster services. But there is much more work to be done. This government will continue to pioneer further technological advancement. Mr. Speaker, it would be remiss of me not to mention the introduction of the National Electronic Identification System, which is a monumental step in making public service delivery more coordinated. These biometric cards will streamline access to government and healthcare services, serving as a secure and digital proof of identity. It will modernize public service, improve national security, and optimize engagement across all government agencies. This initiative has already seen the enrollment of over 6,000 persons in 2025. By the end of this year, tens of thousands of Guyanese will have their e-ID cards. Mr. Speaker, government has recognized that the shift to a digital Guyana is not something that can occur overnight. We need to actively train our citizens and our public servants in the latest emerging technologies. We recognize early that people must have the confidence and competence to use technology. A major focus of our administration's work has therefore been leveraging technology to upskill and reskill Guyanese. Additionally, Mr. Speaker, government has partnered to provide structured online training for public servants and other government agencies through Coursera. Through this partnership, government has supported the training of nurses and nursing assistants, drastically reducing training costs while expanding access to hinterland students. Within the public service itself, Mr. Speaker, over 1,100 public servants are currently engaged in online training programs. Our goal is to ensure that as many public servants as possible access the upskilling platform through Coursera. In contrast, Mr. Speaker, let's speak about the APNU. The Bertram Collins College of the Public Service, which APNU claimed as a vehicle for the strengthening of the public service, was nothing more than an unaccredited, militaristic piece of political machinery that duplicated and superseded existing programs already offered by my ministry, Training Division. A government that is proud of such an investment knows little about efficient management of resources. Mr. Speaker, you can't get the point. It flew over your head. Mr. Speaker, building on the momentum laid in the first term of office, government will work tirelessly to strengthen our institutions. In particularly, this ministry is now advancing a new wave of digital platforms, an integrated service system designed to make public service faster, more transparent, and easier to access. These initiatives are about removing unnecessary bureaucracy, reducing waiting times, and ensuring that citizens can interact with government in ways that are simple, modern, and convenient. The development, Mr. Speaker, of the My Guyana Citizen Portal will act as a single central gateway, allowing citizens access to a wide slate of government services. From filing tax returns to, and some people don't file their tax return, by the way, sitting right over there in the opposition benches. And we will do a portal for them to file it, Mr. Speaker. From filing tax returns to applying for water connection, this portal in conjunction with the EID card system will enable easier access and efficient interaction. The Integrated Service Center at Lenora, Mr. Speaker, is a major step towards modernization, making government services more accessible, convenient, and efficient for the residents of Region 3. Mr. Speaker, the government will not stop there. Access to government services must extend beyond Georgetown. In the near future, citizens will see the establishment of other integrated service centers in various regions and locations across Guyana, including in Region 2, 5, 6, and 10. This decentralization will make basic government services more accessible and convenient to all Guyanese. Mr. Speaker, 2025 saw the development of applications and platforms with the purpose of simplifying the connection of citizens to government. These digitization initiatives were launched in keeping with the government's strategy to advance digital transformation, enhance public service efficiency, and expand equitable access to employment and economic opportunity. The introduction of the Skills Connect app aims to strengthen Guyana's labor market through digital innovation, linking skilled and semi-skilled blue-collar workers directly to employment opportunities and businesses nationwide. Since it began operation, Mr. Speaker, the app has registered 1,603 persons. Mr. Speaker, the 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐆𝐄 platform, an AI-powered chatbot, will simplify the way citizens interact with government services. It is a 24/7 virtual assistant designed to answer government-related questions and help citizens access service anytime, anywhere. And, Mr. Speaker, it will help the opposition member with reading the budget too. This platform is currently in its development phase, and we hope to launch it by the end of the third quarter of 2026. Mr. Speaker, Gov Connect functions as the official government appointment app. It was designed to be simple, secure, and efficient. Through the app, citizens are able to schedule appointments with ministries, departments, and agencies. By the end of 2025, the first phase of Gov Connect was launched at my ministry. The second stage is now being implemented at the Ministry of Human Service and the Ministry of Labor. All other ministries are currently setting up their infrastructure for full implementation and integration by August 2026. Mr. Speaker, Citizen Connect allows citizens to readily report issues, share feedback, and stay informed about actions taken by government agencies in communities across the nation. The app allows for greater transparency as citizens receive real-time updates at each stage of the review and resolution process. Citizens Connect will be launched in the coming weeks, and soon all citizens will be able to relay their concerns to government instantaneously. Mr. Speaker, the honorable opposition members speak as though we can run a 21st century economy using 20th century system. Guyana is now managing larger budgets than ever before and more simultaneous and more complex projects. This is why digitization is of the utmost importance. A government that manages billions can no longer rely on paper files and disconnected systems. Mr. Speaker, when we look at the scale and the scope of these digitization initiatives, combined with this ministry's expanded mandate to drive efficiency and implementation, one thing becomes clear. This government is not managing the present. We are building the future. We are deliberately positioning Guyana as a modern state, equipped with a digital system, stronger institutional capacity, and service standards required in a rapidly evolving global environment. This is what forward-thinking leadership looks like. Not simply reacting to challenges, but preparing our country for the demands of tomorrow. It is also appropriate to note, Mr. Speaker, that while this side of the House speaks about digital transformation, service modernization, and institutional reform, the opposition has offered little in the way of constructive ideas on how to build credible, modern public infrastructure. Instead, we hear the same recycled partisan narratives year after year, with no serious engagement on systems and technology reforms required to make government work better for systems. Mr. Speaker, the 𝐃𝐄𝐄𝐓 government failed to deliver any substantial digital transformation during its tenure in office. The opposition promised ICT-based access to
Honorable
government.
Minister, you're now into your 5 minutes extra. That's okay, Gabe.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like
Minister,
to...
What I said, instead of having the whips rise to ask for the 5 minutes, I will indicate they will get 5 more minutes to conclude. Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, our government continues to prioritize the welfare of the Guyanese people. The honorable opposition should ask themselves if they can do the same. Budget 2020, that's why you're over there. If you did it, you wouldn't have been over there. You would have probably been in Parliament earlier. You are stuck in Region 10. They feel sorry for you and put you over there. Budget 2026, Mr. Speaker, maintains a balance between relief and sustainability. This government responded to global pressures through measures as maintaining the zero-rated excise tax on petroleum products. These measures, among others, Mr. Speaker, allowed Guyana to contain consumer costs through 2025, producing an inflation rate of 2.5% for the year, substantially below the 4.1% global inflation rate and the 6.9% inflation rate experienced in the Caribbean for 2025. Moreover, Mr. Speaker, year after year, we hear the same outdated critique that our budgets offer no meaningful measures for the common man. Again, it should be reiterated that these budgets are not developed in isolation, but rather as a cohesive, strategic part of a larger vision guided by the party's manifesto and the LCDS. The opposition continually claims that this is a budget that contains nothing for the ordinary man. Mr. Speaker, if one looks at the measures, it will be evident that this is completely false. It is easy politics, Mr. Speaker, to promise everything. It is responsible politics to promise what is plausible and sustainable. Mr. Speaker, the APNU also spoke of increasing public service salaries of up to 35%. Under this government, the public sector minimum wage grew by 46% since we assumed office in 2020. Moreover, the overall public sector minimum wage grew by Moreover, the overall public sector wage bill, which stood at $252 billion at the end of 2025, almost doubling where it was in 2020 at $127 billion. This reflects consistent annualized salary increases. You're not going to find it in the budget. You should have known that by now. A historic multi-year agreement made between the government of Guyana and the Public Service Union, as well as the restructuring of salary scales and allowances paid to public servants to resume disparities among workers. Mr. Speaker, it is not a budget of unsustainable promises. It is a budget of sustainable development. The digital transformation we embarked upon will not only enhance our government push in transparency, but it will enable every Guyanese to better understand the decisions made and the actions we undertake. Mr. Speaker, this PPPC government is not going to watch from the sidelines. We never did and we never will. We will continue to be in every town, every village, every community, and in every home, learning and listening from our people and craft the policies and programs that address their concerns and their aspirations. This budget, Mr. Speaker, represents that process. I want to end, Mr. Speaker, by saying this is a decisive budget as presented by the Honorable Minister, Dr. 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐆𝐄. It sets the highest level of ambition for us to deliver in 2026 and provided the blueprint for the remaining budgets to come to achieve prosperity for all Guyanese. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Zulfikar Ally, I think I said Mustafa initially.